Hello everybody, it's Elena, and in today's video we are building this little cozy homestead that I built in the world of Tartosa in The Sims 4, obviously. So we are building this on a 30 by 30 lot, and okay, so this is a carrot farm, and I don't really know why, but I just really wanted to build something in The Sims where they would like farm carrots for some reason. So that's exactly what I did, and I just really wanted it to be very cozy. I wanted them to have a lot of room to farm their carrots, and I just wanted the color scheme to be very orange and carroty. And I just wanted the main theme of this build to be carrots. So that is how we ended up here with a farm where they primarily grow carrots. Although that is not their only crop that they grow, they do also have a little field with some different trees. So this family also grows like apples and cherries and a few other things, like I believe pears and lemons and pomegranate. I think those are the tree sorts that I put. So yeah, they do grow a few different things, but their primary interest, or what they specialize in, is carrots. I don't know much about farming, but I do think, like, just, you know, thinking about this, I do believe that different crops have different needs. So I feel like this family and these people, they just like know the ins and outs of carrot growing, carrot farming. They know their way around a carrot. Each year, they are able to deliver so many perfect carrots. They never fail when it comes to those orange long things, okay? But they aren't really as good as at growing other things, but they are practicing it, but they just like care a lot about carrots. Oh my god, I've said that word so many times in this video already. That's so stupid. But yeah, I don't know. I just really wanted to build that specific thing in The Sims when I built this house, and I had a good time doing it. So as I said, I really wanted it to be like carrot themed. So I also put animals that like to eat carrots on this farm, because besides just growing crops, they also have a lot of other farmy things on this homestead. So they've got an animal shed where they can either have a cow or a llama. I decided to put a cow when I was playtesting, and they also have a chicken coop with room for a bunch of little chickens so they can produce some eggs. And there's also a stable that they can have a horse in, and when they have the stable and the horse bed and whatnot, they can also like buy the little mini goats and the little sheep that I love so much. So they have a bunch of those on this farm as well. And finally, I also put a whole lot of those little tree stumps that we got with cottage living. And the thing about these tree stumps is that they spawn bunnies. So on this lot, you will have so many cute little rabbits just running around, and it's so cute. I love that object so much because I just love the rabbits in this game. I think they're so adorable, and they are wild bunnies. Like, you can't own them and have them in your household and whatnot. You can't control them, but they are super adorable, and I love them so much. And whenever it makes even like a little kind of type of sense, I will put that little tree stump on my builds because I just love it so much. It's like always there. If you download a build from me and it makes even the tiniest bit of sense to have a tree stump, like a bunny tree stump on it, you will see that there are a bunch of little bunnies running around. And this build is obviously no exception because it's a farm. Of course they have bunnies, right? It's so fun and it's so fitting. And I think I put maybe 5, possibly 6 tree stumps on this lot, meaning you will have a bunch of little cute bunnies running around, and it's so fun, and I love them so much. And I had such a good time playtesting this build. And it was just a good time. I really love farming in like any type of video game, but I really just enjoy it in The Sims 4 because it's so fun. I like it. So yeah, this was just right up my alley to build, and I like the outcome of it a lot, so I hope you all like it as well. Yeah, so I haven't even told you guys about the family that I picture living in this house, but this is a 3-bedroom and 2-bathroom home, and with the way that I decorated it, you can fit 4 Sims into it. So there's a parent's bedroom for 2 Sims, and there's a kid's bedroom, which is kind of big, and it has room for 1 child-sized Sim, and then there's also a toddler bedroom. That makes it 4 Sims in total. And as I think I did mention, I decorated this house in like a very warm color scheme. My plan was initially to use a bunch of orange on the inside because I thought that would be very fun and fitting with this carrot farm theme. You know, I really wanted to do that, but then I guess I just sort of like realized that I don't really love orange all that much in The Sims 4 at least, so I didn't do that all that much. But I did put a little bit of orange, although I would say that the main color that you will see on the inside and also like on the outside in terms of landscaping is probably yellow, so it's like still a warm color. And I also used a lot of like warm brown wood tones, so the color scheme is super warm and like, you know, I don't know, carroty. I would say it's just not super orange. But yeah, I like it, and I had a good time with this house. And also I forgot to mention this when I was listing all of the animals that you can have on this lot, but I did also put the objects that you will need if you want to have a dog or multiple dogs here. So you can definitely have little dogs or possibly cats as well if you want to add a litter box and some scratchy trays and whatever else. That's perfectly fine. Yeah, I don't know, I just made room for a dog because that was what I had in mind when I built it. But yeah, you can just live here with a cute little family and all of their many animals, and I hope that they will just have a very cozy and fun and idyllic little great life together. Yeah, I don't know, I feel like I always say this in a lot of my builds where I just like, you know, mention a family that is living out on a farm or just like out in nature, far away from everyone and everything. I feel like that's a very common theme in my builds and in my voiceovers. Like that's always the story that I create for them when I have a story for the family that lives in my builds. But I feel like that's because I subconsciously just sort of dream of getting away from, you know, the hustle and bustle of society, I guess, primarily. But also I don't know, I guess I just kind of really want a very cozy and quiet life in my future. But then again, do I actually want that? I don't think that I do, because I'm not really interested in farm life. Like I don't think I would thrive in an environment where I would have to take care of a lot of crops and animals and whatnot. I mean, I would love to take care of animals, but I don't know if I would love to, you know, have the responsibility for farm animals, and I don't know if I would like love to be in that industry and whatnot. But I would like to possibly maybe for some specific time period to live in a little like self-sustainable house somewhere maybe where we have our own little chicken coop and we have some animals that can help us get by. And yeah, I don't know, I want that. I feel like that sounds very cool and cozy, but I don't know if I would actually thrive in that environment because I have no prior experience there, and I don't know what it's actually like to live there. And also I do like to live, you know, by the city and with all the people and whatnot, because it's like safer. No, it's not safer because this is where all of the bad things happen, but I do like to have people around me. So I don't know if I would like to live in an area like this or on a farm or something. I don't know, it is something that I kind of dream of, although I think it's more so just that I feel very overwhelmed by society and the very competitive and high pressure nature of our society that I don't love that much. And I just kind of have this deep-rooted desire to just get far away from it and not feel all of this pressure anymore, because I just kind of feel like I'm blowing up from within all the time. Yeah, so I don't really love that. I feel very overwhelmed by everything very easily, but I think I would also feel a little bit overwhelmed by living on a farm, so that might not be the perfect thing for me. I don't know what I want to do with my life, can you tell? Yeah, anyway. There's that. Why and how did I just start spiraling like that? Like I was just telling you guys about the family that lives on this farm, and then I started talking about myself and talking about all of my fears and what stresses me out and whatnot. How did we get there? I don't know. But yeah, that's that. So that's the build, I guess. It's not super interesting. It's just very cozy and very cute and very up my alley and what I sort of dream of living in, but not really also at the same time. Oh, and I did also put bees on the slot. I fully forgot about that until just now. But yeah, I do have bees on this little build, and I did also put those eco lifestyle. What are those called? Like those little bug hotels, bug houses that we got from that pack, because I thought that would be fun as well. So we've got even more animal kinds that you can have if you want to play on the slot. Yeah. And I forgot to mention this, but of course this is a like carrot farm primarily, but if you want to like live on this lot but you don't only want to farm carrots, you can easily just like change the plants to be some other kind of crops. So you can like grow flowers or other kind of veggies or whatever else you might want to grow. Like that's perfectly fine. I just really wanted to put carrots because that fit my little story that I had in my head, I guess. So yeah, that's just that. I just wanted to point out that you can easily just switch out the plant types and whatnot. That's perfectly fine. I do not care. So I hope you guys are doing good, and I hope that life is treating you all well at the moment and things are going your way and whatnot. Personally, I'm doing pretty good. I've been feeling very like good lately because, as you might know, because I've been talking about it lately, but I did just graduate, and for the past few weeks I've just been, relaxing and settling into my more quiet new life and whatnot, and I've just been hanging out, focusing on things that make me happy and trying to find myself again. And I've just tried to like get everything in order because I have a lot of stuff that I want to figure out, and what I like, things that I want to do with the next few months and however long this time of my life ends up being. Like I need to figure out what I want to do with it, So I've been trying to look for jobs, and I've also been trying to look for places to travel to and like methods of traveling. And a thing that I've been looking into a lot is volunteering in a different country, because I feel like that would be such a fun and cool way to go out in the big open world and like experience other cultures, and also like get to help out with a bunch of different things. So I found out recently that you can like volunteer at different animal shelters and animal sanctuaries and like help with those people, which I thought was so cool. So I've been trying to look into that, and I have like found some things that I am very interested in, but I don't really know if that's gonna end up happening and end up being the thing that I do. I don't really know. It is quite expensive, so I'm not really sure about that. But that is a thing that I've been researching a lot lately and been looking into, so that's super interesting to me. And I really like the idea of going out and helping some animals and whatnot. That just sounds like an absolute dream to me, because I love animals so much, and it would just be super fun to get to work with them at animal shelters. Like you can either go and work at just like a pet shelter, so for like cats and dogs and whatnot, and you can also like go work with wildlife in different like places, and I could get to like see animals in different parts of the world and like see animals that I've never ever seen before in the wild. Like that would be so cool. I don't know if that's gonna happen, but it would be amazing to get to do that. So that is a thing that I've been researching a lot, although it's definitely a thing that I need to be very careful about, because a lot of these sites seem a bit suspicious and pretty scammy. I had one that I reached out to, and like I applied for the whole volunteer thing, and then I had some questions in my application, and I was hoping for an answer, and then I got a reply back, and they did not answer any of my questions, but they did say pay the deposit now, pay the deposit right now. So I was like, you know what, I don't know about that. So yeah, that did not seem super trustworthy, and there were also like some pretty weird details that they were omitting, which is a thing that I found out later. So I definitely won't be going with that place, I don't think. But yeah, I need to like research it more and see if I can find something trustworthy, because obviously I'm not gonna like be traveling far away to something that I don't really trust fully. That would be kind of idiotic. Yeah, not the smartest decision, and I don't want to like spend my money on something that is a complete scam. That's not good. Yeah, I should not do that. So I'm really trying to like be careful about it all, and it's kind of difficult to figure everything out because there's just like so much information and so many things to take into consideration, and I just man, it's a little bit much, but I am enjoying it because it's very cozy, but again, pretty overwhelming. So yeah, there's that. but I hope that I get to travel somewhere cool and experience some cool things. And I do have a lot of stuff like, planned, but I don't have anything that's set in stone because I feel like everything just changes from day to day, and I don't know, I get a little bit overwhelmed easily. So yeah, I don't know, but I'm super excited for what these next few months have in store for me. My biggest fear is to like wake up 6 months from now or something and realize that I did not take full advantage of these few free months of my life and I didn't do anything at all. Like, that's so terrifying to me because I feel like this is such a huge privilege, like to be able to just have these 6 or however many months that I'm just kind of like forced to take off and not really like do anything education wise because I can't right now, and I feel like that's such a privilege, so I better spend them doing something valuable and something that I can look back on with a smile on my lips when I get older. And when I am not able to do that anymore, I feel like it would be such a shame if I just like sat around and didn't do anything fun, So yeah, that's very important to me, and I'm really trying to make something cool happen. So that's just what's happening in my little life right now. And then in a few days, I'm gonna be going on a little trip to go see my grandparents. They live quite far away, so to like go see them is a proper trip, I would say, but like it's not anything big, it's not a big deal, but they live around 4 hours away, so I am gonna be like traveling, I guess, to go see them. I am gonna be out of town for I think around 5 days, and that's gonna be really, really fun. And I'm gonna bring my dog, and I'm so excited to go see them. I normally go to my grandparents' house like at least 3 to 4 times a year, but I haven't been able to be there since last summer because I've been so busy like finishing up school. I was supposed to go in November. That's kind of like my routine, to go in November and like February and whatnot else. Like I have specific times of the year that I go normally, but I was not able to do that last November because I was so busy. But I'm so happy that I finally get to go now and I get to go see them, and that's just gonna be really, really fun. I always have a great time at my grandparents' house because everything is just like so simple and nice and quiet there, which is just something that I crave sometimes for short periods of time. So I really like that, and I'm very excited to go, and I love to bring my dog because she loves to go as well, and my grandparents love Minnie, so yeah, it's just a perfect little situation, and that's happening in a few days. Anyway though, enough about my life and what's not. So right now, of course, we are working on the interior of this house, and this is the first story, and as you can see, it's not like super carroty and orange right now, and I didn't really make it too yellow either, which I was talking about earlier, like at least in these rooms, but I do think that some of the other rooms are a lot more orangey and yellowy and warm toned in that way, but I don't really know. I feel like I didn't manage to really make the inside super carroty, at least not as much as I wanted to make it feel carroty, whatever that means. I don't even know what carroty means. Like how do you make an interior feel like carrots? I don't know. So yeah, I guess I just like very quickly scratched at that idea because I realized that it's not a thing, and that's not really possible unless you want to make it look absolutely ridiculous. And that was not really my plan. I wanted it to be a usable house, but I also just wanted it to be kind of orange and kind of carrot themed. But yeah, that didn't really happen, I guess. But the outside is carrot themed because there are a lot of carrots outside. But I guess if I'm being perfectly candid, the reason why I actually wanted to make a carrot house is because one day I was eating a carrot and I was thinking of something that I wanted to build, and then I thought, carrot farm, that sounds fun. So that's how we ended up here. But I like carrots a lot. I think that carrots are really, really good, and I eat quite a lot of them, I would say. And I feel like growing up, I heard a lot of weird things about carrots. Like everyone always told me that they were super cool and they could make your eyes a lot better, like they could improve your eyesight, and also that they could make you tan. So when thinking a lot about carrots while doing this build, I kind of figured that now would be a great time for me to find out if those things are actually true or if they're just myths and they don't have any merit, which I feel like is the case for a lot of the stuff that we heard in our childhoods. Like a lot of it was just lies. But I googled it, and based on what Google told me, it seems like there is some evidence to suggest that carrots can make your eyes better because there's a substance in them called beta carotene, which your body apparently breaks down to vitamin A, and that can improve your eyesight apparently. So it does seem like that might be possible and that might be true. And in terms of the tan thing, then I heard on Google, well, I read on Google that carrots having the ability to make you tan is a bit of an exaggeration because again, the substance beta carotene can, if you eat too much of it, change your skin color and make you orange, but orange does not mean tan, I don't know about you guys, but I would rather have healthy looking tan skin than orange, right? But that's just my own subjective opinion, and I'm not gonna judge you if you want to look like that. That's fine. That's totally fine. If you want to turn into a human-sized carrot, that's okay. But again, like it said that you can turn sort of orange if you eat too many of these beta carotene filled veggies. So I don't really know what eating too much of it can mean in other senses. What else can that do to you? I don't know. Google did not tell me about that, so I don't know if that's a thing you want to do. And also, I am a person who eats a lot of carrots, I would say. Well, I don't know if it's necessarily a lot, but I probably eat around 4 to 10 carrots every day because I just really like them. I eat a lot of carrots. Some might even say that I am a carrot, and you know what? I think that's fine. I would not be offended if someone called me a carrot because that's cool. I like carrots. I think they're great. But I must say that I am in no way, shape, or form orange, and I have not gotten tan either because I am so pale. I blend in with the wall next to me. I guess that comparison doesn't really work in this context because you guys can't see the wall next to me, but it's completely white as white as walls get, and so am I. So I did not get tan from eating a lot of carrots. And also, I'm fairly certain that carrots have not improved my eyesight. The thing, however, that did fix my eyes was to have a LASIK surgery, which I had about 2 years ago, and I've been eating a bunch of carrots for many years. So I really don't believe that carrots played a huge factor. Maybe they improved my eyesight a little tiny bit, but it was definitely the LASIK that fixed it. So yeah, there's that. But then again, maybe if I had held off on having the surgery and I had just instead spent all of the money that I spent on the surgery on carrots, I might have been able to have superhuman eyes just from eating all of those carrots, maybe that would have been possible. But then again, if I had done that, I would probably be as orange as an orange. So I don't really feel like that's super desirable. I'm very happy that I opted to have the surgery because it changed my life for the better, and I'm so happy about it. But yeah, anyway, enough about that. I have been talking about carrots and nonsense for far too long now, and I'm sure you guys are all sick of me by now, which is completely understandable because I'm basically just a human-sized carrot at this point, right? But yeah, no. Anyway, so thank you all so much for watching. I hope you did enjoy this video. If you did, please do give it a little thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you aren't subscribed already and you enjoy my content. I would really appreciate it, but you don't have to. And yeah, I'm gonna go eat a carrot now, and I encourage you guys to do the same thing because while they might not make us tan, they are very good for our bodies. So yeah, that's great advice, right? Anyway, bye everyone.